If you're like most high earning guys, the thought of doing 45 minutes of cardio after a 10-hour day is probably laughable. And guess what? I lost over 25 pounds without doing a single minute of traditional cardio. So no morning runs, no Stairmaster, no like hit, high intensity interval, whatever you call that bullshit. And it was simple. I just focused on the only three variables that actually move the needle, which is protein, calories burned, and time in the gym. So that's the PCT method. And today I'm going to show you exactly how to lose fat without cardio so that you can get lean and still win at work. So this is literally just a picture of me I just want to throw up just to show you guys a little bit more about like how I was able to transform with the PCT system. And also this is without cardio too, right? Like I'm not doing no Stairmaster. So this is without cardio. This is literally just me, two pictures side by side. You could see obviously I have like a lot more visible abs, more muscle definition, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. So again, that's just no cardio. This is the no BS, the busy man's fat loss system. So a walkthrough of the PCT method. Obviously cardio, it feels productive. It's just not efficient. It's not gonna help you build your muscle. It leads to overeating after. And most men, they use it to just compensate for bad structure in their daily routine or their daily habits. So for me, cardio was one of those things where, I'd feel hella productive after doing cardio, but I found it as like not being super efficient. It burns calories in a moment, but it doesn't build muscle. It doesn't speed up your metabolism long term. And it usually leads to you eating a lot more afterwards. So most guys are using cardio as like almost like a band-aid for their poor structure. They're skipping meals, they're under eating their protein goals, and then they try to burn it off for cardio. Like they literally have the whole system backwards. This is just a selfie I took when I was in the elevator. This was, I think, yesterday. And I'll just be taking pictures, whatever, just to show you guys. This is just me just showing you guys. This is after no cardio too. So yeah, that's what I look like. And so, okay, I have here, cardio is a band-aid, not a blueprint. And this is a picture from before, when I was doing a lot of cardio, or when I was trying to do cardio. I would literally go on a run and I'd be like, I burn like 500 calories. So I could eat a 450 calorie donut without consequence, right? And so I was just thinking about food the wrong way. I had a wrong relationship with food. And so that was another problem that too much cardio led me to. So what I found is that you don't need cardio. You just need this, which is the 3 levers of fat loss. So on this one, we got protein. And so here I also have one of my clients who got in amazing shape without having to do cardio. So he's on 20 pounds in about 4 months, 0 cardio, has a high protein diet. He does the steps. This eliminated his stomach, as you could see, in a very sustainable way. And so we did this with like 3 key levers of fat loss. So like I call it the protein, calories burned, and time in the gym. So for protein, it's just about anywhere between 0.8 to 1 gram of protein per pound of your goal body weight. So if you are a 180 pound man and your goal is 160 pounds, then your protein is going to be calculated based off the 160, not the 180. So I think that's another thing that a lot of people get wrong. So with protein, it is a natural appetite controller. So protein is going to keep you full. It's going to support your muscle retention, and it's going to boost your metabolism through the thermic effect. So if you hit 1 gram per pound of your goal body weight every day, just lock this in. That is going to be one of the biggest things that's going to be helping you with your fat loss. So that's the first one. Second thing is going to be the calories burned. So this is just going to be through the daily movement that you're doing and lifting. So again, you don't need to run. You literally just need to move. So I track my daily burn using, I don't have it anymore, but I used to use the Whoop. And the thing is, I gave it up just because I found like it wasn't worth it. And you honestly don't need the Whoop. Just if you have your phone, you have the Steps app. So let me just open up my phone right here. Where's the Health app? So if you have an iPhone, there's this app called the Health app. And so in the Health app, you should be able to see something called Steps. So again, so you should be able to see your steps, as you could see. And Steps is going to be right over here, if you could see that. And so this is obviously like not accurate. This is saying I spent 12 and a half hours in bed. Just not true. The thing is, this is my second phone. But anyways, that's a different story. So you can literally track your steps on your phone as long as you have it in your pocket as you're walking. And so my goal is to burn around 500 calories every day. And obviously to have active calories throughout the day by getting up, doing stuff, going on walks, opening the fridge, doing that, like everything adds up. And so when you lift 3 to 4 times a week, your gym time is going to be like your main leverage. And then when you walk after each of your meals, so like a quick 10 to 15 minute walk after your lunch or your dinner, that's going to help kickstart your metabolism and kickstart the digestion. And then if you have like a standing desk, that's also a really good way to get some calories in. Because you're going to be obviously standing, that requires a little bit of effort, and you burn more calories standing as you do than you do sitting. And if you stand, there's a good chance you might be walking side to side, obviously in place, but like that still works, that still counts, it still burns calories. And then another way to kind of like burn calories throughout the day is going to be your movement between meetings. If you have meetings, like say you go into the office. When I was working at RBC, I had meetings back to back all the time, and so between my meetings, I would always try to like do a lap around the office. So wherever you're working right now, you could probably be doing laps around the office. And even if it's just 1-2 minutes, but you're walking, you're getting that blood flow, you're getting that movement, that helps. It all counts. It all adds up. So you don't necessarily have to sweat. You just want to have like a really good strategy. So that's going to be the second part of calories burned. And the next one is going to be the time in the gym. So each session, it should signal that like, okay, keep muscle, burn this fat. And that's going to happen by training 3 times a week and using almost like a minimalistic split. And so I have a full breakdown of like the split on my YouTube channel, so you could probably find it there. Let me know if you can't find it in the comments, and I can just link you to it directly. But for a sample split, you want to make sure you're obviously hitting your lower body, your legs. You want to hit your chest, you want to hit your back, your chest and biceps, and your back and triceps. And then obviously you want to make sure you're not overtraining, and you want to make sure it's sustainable for you. Going to the gym for 2 hours every session isn't sustainable. Going to the gym for 45 to 60 minutes, 3 times a week, yeah, it's a lot more sustainable than that. So start small and then build your way up, not the other way around. Because when you start small and build your way up, that doesn't just get you consistent in the gym, it also builds up your confidence in the gym as well. Because you can now start identifying as someone who actually goes to the gym consistently, and then it's a lot easier to stay a little bit, like 10, 15 minutes, and eventually, stay longer and longer in the gym. Obviously, you don't want to stay too long. I think 60 minutes is like the cap. Like an hour is the maximum time you should be spending in the gym. But you'll feel a lot more confident with the exercises you're doing, and you would hopefully have a lot more experience with training. And so you just get better over time. Like the thing with lifting and like your knowledge when it comes to being in the gym, it all compounds with time. So again, like if you were to ask this version of my client Cheyenne, like, hey, like how much time do you spend in the gym? He would know, what to do, and he would probably, be spending time in the gym and everything. But his knowledge in this video and this picture, which like just 4 months later, is like way different, and his consistency, everything is way different, and it's almost like changed his mindset completely when it comes to fitness. And that's what going to the gym consistently does, even if it's as little as 3 times a week. So the next I'm going to be talking about some other stuff I found that keep a lot of people stuck. So again, this is a picture of me when I was on vacation. And again, I throw these pictures in here just to show you that like, okay, you can actually look like this without having to do cardio. And my cardio is literally just walking around. Like that's my cardio, walking around, walking to the fridge, going on a walking meeting. Like that's my cardio. And I'm able to be like this. Again, I'm not a bodybuilder or anything. I'm just a regular guy who just helps 6-figure men get in shape. That's my job. And I look like this without having to do any like crazy Stairmaster sessions. Like I don't have to go on any crazy runs to like lose weight. Like that's literally how I look. We're just walking. So again, just showing you guys that this is possible. So maybe if you're trying to look more vascular and more cut than this, yeah, you might maybe need to go on a treadmill. Maybe, I don't know. But I'm pretty sure for most people, your goals aren't that crazy. So these are some beliefs that I found that keep a lot of people stuck. So the first is that, I need to sweat if I'm trying to burn fat. It's like, no, that's not necessarily true. You just want to make sure that you have structure. Because when you don't have structure to your training plan, when you don't have structure to your nutrition plan, you're not going to see any results regardless. So it's not necessarily the sweat that's going to get you there. It's going to be the structure. And then the next thing is going to be, a lot of people talk about how, walking doesn't count. And it's like, it's actually the most sustainable way to burn calories. And it's the most sustainable method that you have available, because if you're watching this, you're probably, you're working a job where you don't have a whole lot of free time. And if you don't have a whole lot of free time, imagine you coming home from a day at work and someone's telling you, you got to go on a treadmill for like an hour. It's like, I'm not doing that. It's like, I don't even have an hour to myself to be on my phone and just do nothing. It's like, talk less of me taking an hour to go to the gym just to be on the treadmill. doing something I don't even want to do, that I hate, to lose weight. Like, there's no other way. It's like, that's the thing. And so people will like have this misconception that like, oh, walking doesn't count. But I like to see walking as like compound interest, because it's something so small that you can do. It's just like a little bit of effort every single day, but over time it compounds, and then you get a body like this on the right, where obviously you need the muscle and everything too to give it the shape. But once you have the muscle, the walking and the good nutrition will help you see like the abs. Will help you see like all the veins and everything, if that's what you're going for. Like, it's literally that simple. And people, I don't know, for whatever reason, they just don't believe it. And it's like, yo, like, trust me, like I look like this. Like, I showed you my client. I have countless pictures of my clients on my Instagram page. If you check that out, I have like this little tab which has clients, which shows all my clients, and they just walk. They don't do cardio. So it's one of those things where it's like, I don't know. It's one of those beliefs that keep a lot of people stuck, and it's unfortunate, but I just want to make sure that we're on the same page there. And the next one is that no cardio is equal to no fat loss. So another dream which is sold to people is that they need cardio in order to lose weight, and they need cardio for fat loss. And again, this is another dream that's sold. You don't need cardio for fat loss. You just need to make sure that you're consistent when it comes to your nutrition, consistent when it comes to your diet, and that you follow the PCT. PCT is going to be better than any treadmill session that you ever have. And PCT is going to be like the protein, calories burned, time in the gym. And so the truth is, cardio is optional. Muscle is going to be your engine, protein is going to be your fuel, and structure is going to be your system. That's the PCT method. It works for high performing men because it's built for efficiency, not necessarily on effort. So if you're a busy guy who's tired of starting over, just DM me the word PCT on Instagram, and I can show you how to kind of build your own custom version of this when it comes to, okay, how do I build like an actual workout routine for me in my life? So without cardio, without having to track your macros. Or if you want to just test this out yourself first, go crazy. Make sure you have like, obviously like the phone to make sure you can keep track of your steps. And then obviously you want to make sure that you are tracking your calories you're burned, and then obviously your protein, and then lastly, time in the gym. That's going to be all from me. I appreciate you guys watching the video. If you have any questions, just shoot me a message on Instagram. And if you want to work with me directly, just apply in the link below. And other than that, love you guys. Hope you have a good rest of your day.